before the ganj was legal in my state, before I could just put in an online order at a dispensary, walk in and say, hi, I'm here to pick up my online order, they hand me a bag of the lengths that I used to have to go to in order to secure a bag was unreal. I would like to tell you about my most reliable supplier back in the day and the various strange scenarios that occurred trying to secure a bag. So first of all, he would never talk about it outright. He was so afraid of the feds. So he would only ever text in code. So I would have to text in like really weird code. And then it would get to the point where I was like, okay, where do you want me to meet you? And because it was never the same place, not once. One time I was like, where do you want me to meet you? And he was like, go to this town, go to this road, take a right on this weird path and just go. You'll find me. And I'm like, do you mind offering me a little bit more information? Because I don't know what that means. Where will you be? And he's like, shh, just go, make sure it's at exactly 3:15. And I was like, okay, bet. So I go to the road at exactly 3:15 and I'm driving down it. I take the weird little path and I don't know what else to do. And I'm going, and then all of a sudden there he is. He's on the side of the road. So I go, oh my God, there he is. So I pull over and I go to let him in, and he looks at me from like the sidewalk and just goes, and I was like, were there additional instructions that I missed? What am I doing wrong? Just like sighs, gets in the car, and he's like, you should have like parked at the end of the block, and then I would have like walked in and gotten in. And I was like, I'm not on the streets. I don't know the rules. You have to tell me them. I just want to smoke a bowl. That's all. One time I'm like, okay, well, where should I meet you? And he's like, go to this abandoned church. I'll be behind it. I'll see you soon. I was like, all right. I brought a friend because I was like, he's not a dangerous person. Like, he's just so, it's really hard to explain. It's giving like, Fez from Euphoria, literally. But anyways, so I go to the abandoned church in the middle of the night and I drive behind it and I look and there's no one and there's no one. This motherfucker emerges from a bush. He popped out of the bush. He got out of the foliage. I was like crying, laughing. I was laughing so hard I didn't ask any questions. But then I did end up telling him that I thought that was really funny, and then he did continue to emerge from foliage like more than once. Like he did that again. Whether it was to amuse me or because it was a habit, I am unsure. Oh my God, also one time, dude, okay, there's a famous person that lives like within half an hour of me. And one time he had me meet him at like the outskirts of her property, like by the gates. Like I could see her home from where I stood. We met in the middle of the road and then parted ways. And now that I think of it, he made me go to like the gates of people's properties all the time. I'm unsure what the thought process was. Especially because like if you're so scared of the feds, why are you venturing so close to people's homes? He did get arrested a lot. Anyways, I was thinking about it today because I saw on my Instagram feed a comedian, I think his name is Chris Higgins, and he was like, man, like dispensaries really should like lean into the whole like nostalgia experience. Like instead of looking like an Apple store, like you should make it just a guy on a couch with a dog. That's a little scary. And I was thinking about like my buying experiences and how like they could never recreate such a nostalgia. Just a goofy dude. Just a goofy guy trying to make ends meet, and he always had good shit, so that's it.
The comments on this TikTok had me absolutely dying, tears streaming down my face. Here are some of my favorites.
Had a guy that wouldn't stop his car. I threw money in, he threw a bag out.
My former guy used to use anything but a baggie for my stuff. One time it was in a rubber dishwashing glove. Another time it was in a dryer sheet.
My mom just thought I had friends who really liked bringing me fast food. Haha.
My guy told me to meet him in a hospital once. Had me come into the room and everything. Turns out his baby mama just had his first son.
My guy used to have his own punch card, and I would enter his basement. In the closet where they kept the water heater, he had his own dispo.
I got a free quarter to eat a ghost pepper.
Please tell me your funny plug stories in the comments. I love to hear them. They make me giggle. Okay, that's all. I love you. Bye-bye, sunshine.